So we're pouring concrete at, right now, it is about 4:30 in the morning. We've been here since 3, and a little bit of progress that we're making. Some of these bigger pours we have to do early in the morning just to be able to either get enough concrete or it doesn't get too hot to pour. So we're gonna get the drone up and see what we can see. So here we go. Cool. We got enough satellites. We got 19 satellites. For some reason, next round. Doesn't wanna load up. Compass calibration required. Well, let's see about that. So every now and then it will ask you to recalibrate right in the middle of when you're getting started. So that's why we always try to get it done early ahead of time. Yeah, it's gonna make me recalibrate. Ambient light is too low. Yeah, it's gonna make me recalibrate. Let's try that. Get enough light. Oh, it's not gonna let me. Let's try moving this. Let's see what it does. There we go. It still might make us. These are all the things you go through flying a drone. Well, if you're gonna do it right. I mean, you don't have to go through all this, but don't get caught. Which I don't deal with, so I just do it what I'm supposed to do. Hopefully, that will resolve the little issue. I have to wait and see. Anyway, the next 2 minutes, I don't know if I can recalibrate. Oh, look, it's going to let me. What do you know? We didn't have to recalibrate. So let's go see what there is to see. There we go. So a lot of the pours that we have to do at night are required for keeping the temperature of the concrete where it needs to be, but also it can be access to the job site. Like on this particular site is pretty congested. So if I can get this done, I don't have all those trucks coming in while other people are trying to get their work done. So anyway, just fun things we do at work. Let's see what we got. I check the position, looks good. So I'm actually about probably 80 meters from that. Maybe not quite that much, maybe 40. 50. There we go. So now we got more light. So as you'll see, as the white balance will change based on how much light is on exactly what you're following. So, and right now I'm just doing a circle, but we can do a lot of different things. So we can stop there. Get rid of our. Let's see. Let's go. Let's go 3 times zoom and see how that looks. Get rid of that. So if we zoom in, so it looks like we're a lot closer than we actually are. And then let's focus on these guys right here. And then we can go the other way. And we'll go relatively fast, kind of medium speed. There we go. We just go. So it'll kind of correct itself till it gets its geometry right. And so the thing about zoom is I don't like to fly from one place to the other in zoom, because you really don't get a good perspective of exactly where you are, because it looks like you're close to things when you're not, and you end up flying off, in this particular instance, into the trees, because we're in a valley full of pine trees. And so it's lost its track, so we're going to correct that. And so this is a Mavic 3 Pro. And there we go. Come on. Get it. Get it. Oh, get up there. There we go. See if we can do that. There we go. That's a little better. So now it's coming overhead, so you can hear it. So what it's doing is it's losing the subject. It probably has everything to do with the light. How much light there is. But we'll see, because you could set up I could set up a base station for RTK and then make it track that way by geolocation, but I'm just flying up the Pro and it doesn't have that feature. So anyway, they're out of concrete, which is not good, because it's not like an action shot, but I think we got more that just showed up. So anyway, let's see, let's go up, go back to normal. Okay, so that's really how far we are away. So it keeps losing track of these guys. So I'm going to go up and I'm going to go straight down on them. And I'll put my pin, which you guys can't see the screen. I've just got it so it's getting a clean feed. But you can actually, we'll go there, and then we'll go here. We have to pull back. Let's go back. hopefully this will, let's go up. This will track a little bit better. I haven't tried this at night, so it's like a little interesting experiment, if you will. There we go. That's a little better. Looks a little better. Excuse me. So it's very dry up here and it's very dusty, so there's going to be a little bit of coughing going on. So that's the concrete pump. So if we stop, we go there. Oop. So let's stop. Let's go to 3. So it looks like super close. I can even go to 7 if I want to, but that's just too close. It's not keeping that setting for whatever reason. There we go. See if that tracks. Anyway, it's a lot easier in the daylight because it tracks by the contrast of whatever it is that you're tracking. And that's how it sees right where it is all the time. So the camera is actually doing pretty good, but it's not following. So let's do something with that. There it goes. Let's see if it does now. There we go. So the camera probably tracks the exact same way. So, but that's a nice shot. I mean, it's keeping the track pretty much where it needs to be. Yeah, so that looks like a good shot. But like, so you can see the parallax of the boom when you're zoomed in, and it really makes the video kind of pop because it's got something to reference that's close up and something far away, and that's what gives you parallax. He's kind of losing his track now. So, and it doesn't always track that well when it's zoomed in. It just never does. Anyway, just fun things we do at work. Let's see if we can back off of that. Back to 1. There we go. See, that's really where we're at. So let's go a little bit higher. So we're about 100 and let's go 150. We go way back. So you can see the scope of what it is that we're doing. Higher. There we go. So this is what we're pouring right here. And if we look down, no, there's the sunset. That's cool. Or the sunrise, sorry. So that's the pump and everything. You can see the drones over the back. And not that it would matter here, but I like to keep everything as simple as I can. And let's see if we can get a nice shot with the sunrise. Looks pretty good. There we go. So hopefully we'll get some sunrise in this at some point. So look straight down. I think what we'll do is go down over this equipment right here. that we're not above anybody as we're going down. So we're about 40 feet right there. Zip back up. Oh yeah, that'll be a nice shot. If the sun decides to show up, looks like it's trying to pop out. Back up a little bit. Try to get everything in the shot. That's a pretty good shot. There we go. So we're about 30 feet. Let's center that up right there. Very nice. Nice shot. So that's just a still. You can see where the sun's coming up over there in the corner. We got 20 minutes, so we'll have to wait and see. Otherwise, we'll have to change batteries. Do it again. What's up?
The air on the truck that we're waiting on is a little high. It's at a 9. We can pour it in the beam, or they're trying to lower down the air right now.
Can you pour it on the outside
Yeah.
footing? Yeah, that's fine. Thank you. So we're having mix design issues a little bit this morning. 9 is a little high for an air content, but it's not completely unusable because we have a footing in the back. It's a gray beam, and you got to have some air where it contacts the outside world for expansion, but the air is supposed to be 7 plus or minus 1, and it's plus 2. So in the grand scheme of things, mixed in with all the others, it's not that big of a deal. So this is just a live feed from that one position that we got down to at 30 feet. And so it's just kind of a live feed of what's going on. So I've been doing concrete construction for over 4 years, and excuse me. So I'm used to this kind of, middle of the night work and that kind of thing. So, anyway, so used to these early hours, and I actually like coming to work early. And when in the winter time, I'll get here about 5:30, which is about an hour and a half for everybody else, and start my paperwork for the day and get other things going, so that it's all ready for the rest of the day. And then all I got to do is on my dailies is put in what they did that day and then upload pictures, and it's done. So usually if you wait longer in the day, you get so rushed you can't get it done. So try to do that in the morning. But there you go. So we're on a mine job, so it's not an open mine where it's active. They're just repairing the inside of the mine because it's been sitting vacant for a long time. And so we are a construction site and not a mine site, but we do have certain rules we have to follow anyway. And as long as that gets done, everyone's safe and all the work gets accomplished. So there's a lot of people that push back on the safety rules, and when they do that, all they do is, they don't upset me at all. All they do is put their own people at risk because they're in a hurry, and so we're more trying to keep a balance of production and safety at the same time, and it usually works out really good. I've had a couple of places where safety was so extensive that it was hard to get things done, but nobody got hurt, and that was the whole goal. The goal was not to hyper produce the product, which is basically, and today is just this slab right here. It was just about, I wonder what this is. Oh, that's the logo. Okay. Anyway, I've got some overlays here that are see-through, and it's kind of hard to see what actually is going to pop up. So that's one of them. Is our logo. So because it's so thin, you can't really see it. And then what else do we have? We have Facebook. Here's the YouTube one. And they always go in the bottom left corner. So I've been trying to stream drones for a long time and working out all the ways you can do it and all the ways that you can't do it, and all the ways that work and don't work and all these other things. So it's been kind of a long road to hoe, but it actually is coming out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. Let's see, there we go. So that's a close-up. And if the sun comes out like I'm hoping, it'll make a pretty nice shot. So, now the reality is I gotta take these pictures of what everybody's doing all day, and I can just take them from the drone. I don't even have to get in a situation where I'm in a spot that's dangerous, or there's a lot of stuff going on, and this would be better if I would stay out for a bit. So we could just look over the battlefield if we want. So the whole thing about drones is not how useful or not useful they are, it's just how you use them makes them useful. And so this looks like a traffic cam, like on a freeway, right? And we get pan back and forth. We could, pan down. You could do a dolly shot, which is kind of an interesting shot, where you're just focused on something, and you either pull back or pull forward. So flying this thing has actually taught me a lot about being a cameraman, because that's really all you are when you're running this, unless you're mapping. So take a shot like this. It's actually a pretty nice shot, but it also can be a good shot coming forward like this, where you're coming into everything. The thing is, we don't want to go distract the pump operator, so that's why we're staying so far back. And he knows we're up there, but as long as he can't hear it, he won't be looking up and not paying attention to what's going on around him, and that is the key. So anyway, I think we're going to go change the battery, so we'll do return to home. And so that green line it's going to go up to 66 feet, so I know it's above everything, and then it'll arc over everything to drop down into the home point. And so you can watch it and see where it's going to go, make sure there's nothing in the way. And I didn't fly this thing 2 in the morning when I got here, or 3 in the morning when I got here, because there's not enough light to see if there's anything in the way or not. And I want to be as safe as I can. So there you go. Here it comes. And the GPS on this thing has actually gotten much, much better than it used to be. So that's our little setup in the back of our Jeep. And See, it's about 3 feet off of where it took off from. At this time of day, I'm not surprised. So, but, you know, a fun little setup that we got. There it goes. Alright, I'll change the battery and I will be right back. Hard to see. Hard to see. So it's going to go dead for a second. So I got 3 batteries for this morning, which is about an hour and a half of flight time if you're not zipping around too much. So, and I can stream to LinkedIn. I just haven't set it up right. So I've just been busy. This is my real job, so. So we can go back over where we were. And technically we could have put a waypoint over there. But we're not really doing a waypoint mission at this point. We will next month. Okay, so we gotta go here. Probably right about here. So this is all the refurbished equipment that's getting fixed, done. It's all used, and we can set this back up. So we still got that nice shot we had, but we're not over anybody, and everyone, excuse me, everyone should be happy. So I'm just going to leave this live feed going, and I'll be back in just a minute. I'm going to grab some water. Back with water. And the camera's still tracking, surprisingly. Usually it loses that, and you got to make it get it back. So let's see. Let's zoom back in. See exactly what's really going on here. Let's see. We're gonna have to go here. Let's see. We're about 50 feet, so that's fine. I want to focus in on exactly what's going on right there. So we'll go back to 3 times zoom. Eventually, we're at 7 right there. So that's what's going on. So so where we got the most air, we're putting it back where it has the most contact with the weather, and so that'll mitigate the issues if there might be spalling or chafing in the middle of the slab, so we get a good finish on it. That way we didn't have to throw away 10 yards of concrete. So that's probably a good $1,500 these days. So I'm not buying it, so I can't vouch for that. But let's see what our sunrise is looking like. And it's not looking like much, because usually it comes right up in this valley right here. Whoops. Usually comes up right there, dead center. So we'll put it right there in that corner. And there we go. So there's a lot of technical stuff about concrete that I've had to learn over the years, and some of it was trial and error, some of it was just practical every day. Don't get yourself hurt. Other stuff is, chemical compositions of concrete and as it changes and how it changes and all of that, so you know what kind of product you're getting in the end. And yeah, it's pretty interesting if you're technical, but it kind of reminds me like in Star Trek when Scotty was like, had some days off because he was naughty, and he was like, thank you, because now I can catch up on all my technical manuals. So anyway, that's just me. So, and then all of the other things that go into it can get relatively complicated, but I keep things simple. So let's see, we'll go here. So you can, they're really cool with the YOLO Live or YOLO Live, however you want to call it, is you can like invite people on their phones to actually be a part of the stream, and I think it's generally just audio, but I haven't tried it yet. So I think I'll get one of my friends over on the East Coast, or maybe my buddy in Canada, see if that's even a real thing. It's supposed to work, but I don't know if it's audio or video, or you could do it with FaceTime or whatever. I have no idea. So excuse me, I've got a YOLO Live Ultra, and I'm gonna change to the Ultimate soon. I'm just waiting to see if they're gonna work some of the bugs out and all of that, so that we can not be affected by that. Because I understand there was a bug for, it would suddenly just like freeze, and that's not good for streaming. So hopefully that won't be a thing. And that's kind of it. Anyway. Excuse me. So I just got over bronchitis, and I still have a little bit of sinus stuff going on, so I apologize. And let's see what that network. Excuse me. So I'm thinking about doing this thing called network bonding that they have, and throwing a SIM card in there. You can use Wi-Fi. Like I have a Starlink on this Jeep, so I could use that like out in the desert or other places that I would go camping or fishing or whatever, and just have fun with this. Because just flying a drone and doing video is it's fun, but it's like, well, after a while it gets to be like, is this all I can do with this drone? And they've added so much more functionality. You can actually stream directly from the controller if you want to. I've got this set up because it's a little more professional, a little more clean, and it's temporary, so I don't have to worry about the controller losing GPS or all the other myriad of things that can happen with a drone. So I don't have to worry about any of it, and happy to do a little more professional of a job. The Yellow Box is actually a pretty interesting piece of kit, but it can get complicated if you get too deep in the weeds, and that's one of the things about the Ultimate that I'm waiting to see, is how complicated it's really going to get. But they do have a lot of really good features, and once you get them set up, they're pretty automatic. So we'll see how that goes. But the sunrise yesterday was just absolutely gorgeous, so I'm hoping for the same thing over my pour today. So what I do is I run pretty much the whole project, and I facilitate all the processes that are going on that create this project. So including manage the concrete company, the steel erectors, the PEMB erectors, iron workers, pretty much everything. And it's such a postage stamp sized project, there's like very little room, so it's constantly juggling everything so everybody can work together and not have to fight over space constantly. So that's important. So here we go, keep going. So let's zoom in. Get a little bit different perspective. And we will have to adjust. There we go. That's a little better. So that's over the back of the pump. The pump actually is right there in front of me. Oh, probably 40, 50 feet away. And then that's just looking down the boom, which is actually pretty good shot. I might put that on my LinkedIn profile, I don't know. So, but let's go back to one. And hopefully we'll get a shot here pretty soon. Excuse me. So one of the reasons I wasn't streaming very much, or haven't been, is just being sick. It's annoying to sit there and listen to somebody cough all day. Or so I've been told. I don't watch my own videos, so I just make them. And all of this is live and raw, and there's no, I don't edit them. I just, when you stream them, not really, it's just live, you know, it's not something you have to manage. But it's a lot of fun. So it's more fun than just trying to shoot a video for somebody else that they want, and you're just kind of doing your own thing. But see, what we got minute wise, let's see. So we got 20 minutes left, 18 minutes, 18 seconds left. So let me see what's underneath me here. So I could go lower if I want. Get a better excuse me, a better shot of the pump. So this is another thing about parallax, is having something in the foreground that's closer and bigger, and being able to set it up just right so you get a full, let's see here, let's go to 3 times zoom. So you get a really good idea of what's really going on. But it makes it more interesting to do that than it would be to just like take a picture of exactly what they're doing real close up. But so now we can kind of see it from a distance, and it just zoomed in, so it looks like it's really, really close, but it isn't. Let's see, what's the other one we got? Let's see, we got Facebook, which honestly I don't use very much. Certain clients like it, and so I use it for that. I just maintain a Facebook for that, but I don't really use it very much. And then that's Instagram. I've been using that for a long time. I just don't upload a lot these days because I'm so busy. So Anyway, I haven't been doing any hyperlapse or anything like that lately. So nothing really moves around here fast enough to make a good hyperlapse, in my opinion. So once everybody starts coming in here in about 30 minutes, we might get a shot at that, but might give it a shot, I don't know. Gotta have an interesting subject, or what is the point, I guess. Anyway, just fun things to do at work. So that's the overall shot. So the camera seems to be working good. I think I got all the bugs worked out of this system. So should be able to do, maybe once a week, once things get going. Ooh, there comes my sunrise. We'll see what that looks like. It's definitely going to be nice this morning. Oh, there it comes. Yeah, what do you think? I think that's a pretty good shot. Just gotta wait a little bit longer and see what happens with it. Because what'll happen is right as it peaks the mountain, the bottom of all the clouds will get orange, and as the sunlight starts coming down over the mountain, it'll actually be a pretty nice shot. But only have 13 minutes of battery life left, so we'll see how fast it decides to come up. But you always get what you want. I've been a photographer for a while, and sometimes just the waiting and the patience is tougher than actually just running across a decent shot and taking it. So, but we'll see. We'll see what it does. So, sunrise in Kellogg, Idaho. Let's see, let's go here 7 times zoom, and let's go up. There we go. Let's see if we can just get a shot of that over the mountains. Now if we go up, probably get a much better shot because it'll be closer where the light is cut off at. So you can see the difference in it. So that's looking down the boom. That's all the stuff that's going on. So it is 6:30. I'd say they'd be done on time. They're supposed to be done around 9 o'clock because I got some semis coming. Sunrise looks like not bad. We're at 28 feet, so we don't want to go too much lower. My nose is cold. Cold nose. Ooh. We got plenty of battery left, so the Yellow Live will broadcast for about 4 hours, usually, the way I got it set up. And I do have a power bank that I attach to it sometimes when I got to do like all day. Yeah, or when I'm testing, that way I don't run out of battery. So. But technically, I guess I could land it on that hardware right there and just let it roll. And then I wouldn't have to fly because it would need to up the battery so fast. But it's kind of problematic being that, because those are only like 10 feet tall. Those gray things in the middle is just switchgear, old switchgear. And if I landed on that, I could just use it as a steady cam, but I don't know, I just like this better. So maybe do something a little more creative with it. Let's see, what can we do? Kind of low. Ooh. Looks like the sunrise might pop out soon, and we're not going to have enough battery life to capture the whole thing. But what we can do is we can land and just change the battery before it does pop up. Oh, now I got sniffles, man. So it's kind of interesting where it hits the home point. Now it's going exactly where it took off from. It varies depending on how long you wait, when it updates, all these other things. So. There it is. We'll change one more battery and then call it a day. It's funny, after all that drama with having to recalibrate it, that we really did need to in the end. There we are. Let's see if we can skin over there real quick. There's the pump. So we want to be right about here. So we're over all this equipment. Then, see, oh, now we're getting some sunrise. So I'm going to go down to about 30 feet roughly. Get everything in there. want to go too low. Number one, we don't want to be distracting, but number two, we won't get the whole thing in the shot. So we're going to wait and see if we can get sunrise in the shot. So I think we'll just sit right there and wait. So my wife came to visit yesterday. She's working right now, so I'm just kind of hanging out at work, making sure everything goes right. And I'll go pick her up probably around 10. We'll go have a picnic and then probably go home and go to bed early, right around 5. So I've been up since 2 a.m. Anyway, yeah, it's a nice shot. We'll just have to wait and see how it turns out. So the patience part, like I said, is sometimes the toughest part to do. Now I'm wondering if I could make that window with the camera smaller. So I'm going to work on that, and I'm going to work on some of the overlays. Probably next couple of weeks. Just have to wait and see. So one thing I know about streaming is on Twitch, you can actually upload to YouTube, but I don't know if you can do it the other way around without. You might if you download it, I would think. But and one of the reasons that I'm going to upgrade the yellow box is because the new one does 4K, and this one will only transmit in 1080. So that's why you're looking at it in 1080. And everything else I do is 4K. So, and I got a 4K camera. But if I upgrade it, the feed, then it won't broadcast it. So it's just the limitations of the equipment, I'm sure. Anyway, and we're only down at 74%, and we've been doing this for about an hour, a little less than an hour. So 4 hours is about right for the battery life on this thing. So if I put I have a 20,000 milliamp or millihour, amp hour, whatever, milliamp hour, I guess, power bar that I can put on this thing, and it'll go for all day. Like, I think the best thing I got out of it was like 10 hours or 9 hours and 50 minutes, something like that. And it's kind of amazing how steady that drone is, because if you look at it, it's kind of bobbing up and down with the breeze. Let's see where we at. Yep, there we are. So anyway, it's kind of bobbing up and down over there, but you can't tell in the video at all. Pretty interesting. The technology that makes it that stable. Pretty interesting. So, and I do have a ground unit, but I can't stream it yet. And it's a remote control Jeep, and it's got a camera on it and everything, but it's a GoPro, and there is a way to stream it, but it seems to be rather complicated. So, so the goal in the end would be to stream that picture-in-picture with the drone, and you get two different perspectives on the exact same shot. So we'll see how that ends up going. I've got some equipment for it, and I've got some things I'm going to order. Just waiting on budgets to open up and see if I could do that next month, and possibly do a mine tour. But that's, I think, going to be problematic just because we're underground. But we'll see if we can get it done or not. Be interesting if we can. So that sunrise looks like it's going to hide behind that cloud. So I don't know if it's going to do it or not. But we got 28 minutes, 49 seconds. So if we be patient, I think we can get it done. So anyway, this Jeep project's been actually really fun. It's been a little more expensive than I had hoped it would be, but you know, quality is what I'm going for, so I don't really mind the cost as much as I normally would. Let's see what's going on down here. So looks like we're getting the slab going. So I'm not going to get a sunrise out of this deal. We'll get a down shot. There we go. Right back. Hey.
Deborah,
What are you doing?
how's the day going, honey?
It's going good. I'm actually flying the drone and streaming this on YouTube.
Nice. That's so cool. Well, I won't keep you. I just want to say I got up at about 4. And I've just been kind of working and stewing around. But I'll see you later this afternoon.
Okay, I'll be caught up here soon, and I'm gonna go down and get you some breakfast, and I'll bring it by.
Okay, baby, I love you.
Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
How's it going? Running live drone footage.
Yep.
Sweet. I saw it over there in the dark.
Yeah. I've got my other one. It actually has a strobe light.
Oh, holy
And,
shit! You've got the remote with the built-in.
Yep. So I was trying to get a shot of the whole thing. Let's see, we go down about 30 feet, and with the sunrise in the background, and it's just not cooperating. You see those clouds?
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
clouds are fucking you over.
Yeah, it's okay. We're live, so you probably.
Careful what you say.
Yeah, you should be. I mean, it's up to you.
I don't know how well that drone can hear, but
Well, there's a mic right there. So
perfect.
I just like to warn people, so that, in case they get embarrassed or whatever. So I'm at like 30 feet. So that's the shot I've been trying to get all the way down the boom,
Mm-hmm.
and then with the sunrise over here. So, but it's not cooperating. So
That remote's awesome.
yeah.
It's got the built-in display, and
Yeah, and I bought this separately.
yeah, that probably
Um,
costs as much as the drone.
Yeah. Because, well, close. Anyway, the drone's about 4, and then this was about 1,800 back when they first came out with it. But the
Sweet.
whole problem with the phone and fading out in the sun and all that, I just didn't want to deal with it. So anyway, so we're just live feeding it right there out of the drone.
It's pretty slick.
Yeah. And then I did a couple of shots where you zoom in, and it doesn't track very well when it's zoomed in though. But you can just okay, right there. So it'll pick that spot where those guys are,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can just fly around them,
Nice.
slow or fast or whatever. And then once it stabilizes where it learns what its arc's going to be, see how it quit jumping around, then you can record it. So I get video and I just upload it to Procore. So And I do a lot of jobs. All I do is progress stuff. So like once a week, I fly it, and I just do the same flight over and over. And you can see the progress as it goes. But the way that these guys are going, if I'm looking at the amount of concrete they're pouring, I think they'll be done on time. They're supposed to be done around 9 o'clock. So
Well, they got all the footers poured, don't they?
not all of them. You can't go too far ahead, otherwise the bottom will dry.
You get a
And
dry.
the top won't bond. So you're trying to get off. So they had a load that was 9 on air, which is a little high. So they put that over there in a footing down below, and they'll pour the slab over the top. But then they can vibrate through and make it bond.
Roll it
So-
all together.
Yeah. Yep. So they're poured out to like right there. So, but I like that shot. That's a good shot.
Good shot.
Yep. So I've been working on this so I can go out and go spelunking in the old mines in the Mojave with my son, and we can record it while we're there. So
Yeah.
as long as we're not in the state park, we can do it. So, and then we got this guy, and so that there it goes. So that tracks you. So that's me right there. So it'll track whoever you put it on, and then yeah, when you move, it just
Yeah,
goes
I
with
see
it.
that.
Yeah, pretty cool. So, anyway, a lot of my friends were asking me to do this so I could see what I do for a living, and so now I guess they know, but they're not up this time of the morning. So then I just make sure I'm like over the equipment and not over the people.
Just in case it happens to.
Ooh. That's what I was waiting for. It's not that. I was hoping for more like a golden sunset thing. So it's good.
Like tequila sunrise colors.
Yeah. Excuse me. So depending on where you focus, it'll change the light. Okay. What do you? You just gotta kind of mess with it a little bit. On a good medium. it's too bright. Let's try that. Nope, not gonna help. Try that. So it's just like anything else, you just gotta mess around a little bit, see what you get. I think there's just too much light now. There we go. Yeah, that's a good shot. So, because the white balance is on auto, because you got to get into the menu to change it and do all the things. So you can go here, go camera, go down to white balance. And then you go here, if you go manual, then you can see what you're going to get. So you go to blue, just raise it up, then you get like a really warm color. That may make a better shot, but then it kind of ruins the foreground. So you just got to find a balance. Oh boy. Well, so much for that little tete-a-tete. I gotta deal with this silliness. Anyway, it's been fun, and I'll do this again as soon as I can.